Authorities are desperately searching for two mentally disabled teens who vanished in the Poconos Friday night. The teens, 18-year-old Charles Lockard and 19-year-old Donna Kiernan, were last seen around 6:30 p.m. Friday, headed out for a walk. Nearly 100 searchers, including firefighters, emergency management workers, and volunteers, all spent the weekend searching the area for the teens. Workers went door to door and even used search dogs, hoping to find any clue that could lead them to the teens. Police say they will continue to search for the pair, who both have a 6th grade mental capacity.
Straight out to Bob Matthews, News Director, WVPO News Talk, 840, 960 AM. Bob, what happened?
Well, Nancy, basically these two youngsters were getting together on Friday night. They were going over to visit the young man's grandmother. The family was gathered outside the grandmother's house, and Charles Lockard's sister went inside for a couple of minutes, and when they came back outside, both Lockard and his girlfriend, Donna Kiernan, were missing, and they didn't know where they got to. They thought, well, maybe they took a walk, or maybe they wandered off into the woods, and then, of course, the family started to look for them around the property, and then started to panic when they couldn't find them, and then Lockard's father was running into the woods and said he heard his son screaming out, and all of a sudden the screams stopped, and he started to panic. However, they didn't call police or fire officials until the next day as they continued to look around the property to try to locate the two youngsters.
Now, Bob Matthews, Bob joining us from WPVO from Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. What did the father claim to have heard the son calling out? Any words?
He said he heard him calling daddy, 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 and then all of a sudden he said he heard it again, and then the third time he said he heard daddy, daddy, and then it stopped abruptly, and that's when his father became worried, and he said he started searching frantically.
To Matt Zarrell, our producer on the story. Matt, what can you tell me about their mental disabilities?
Well, the boy, Charles, he's got the mental capacity of a 3rd grader, and Donna has the mental capacity of a 6th grader, Nancy.
Back to Bob Matthews. Bob, what more can you tell me? What is the type of area? Where are they missing? And number 2, why did they wait till the next day to call police?
Now let's talk about the area where they went missing. It's a rural development, and there are, woods and swamps and bushes and cliffs out when you get into the deeper terrain. But other than that, there are houses there mixed in among the trees, so it wasn't like they were out in the middle of the forest. And basically what happened is, I guess from what I heard, there were conflicting stories back and forth as to why they didn't go to the police right away. Some said they were nervous. Some said that they, thought they could find them on their own and didn't really want to alert and alarm authorities. And then when the youngsters didn't come home and they couldn't find them, that's when they panicked and said, oh, we better call somebody, and called state police and then the Penn Township Volunteer Fire Company.
Okay, Bob, that doesn't make sense. What would they be nervous about?
Well, some people involved in the case, and again, this is just hearsay, and I got this information from a third party, said that they had some activity in the past with law enforcement, but they really didn't go into specifics or details, so some people speculate they may have been afraid to go to authorities because they may have thought that they were going to get into some kind of trouble.
To Mike Brooks, former Fed with the FBI, what do you make of it? I mean, these are two teens with the minds of a 6th and a 3rd grader. They are helpless.
Absolutely. I mean, in D.C., if we were looking for them, even if they thought they might have run away, Nancy, or whatever the circumstances could be, they would still be classified as a critical missing person because of their mental capacity. But this whole delay in calling 911, it just doesn't add up to me. It doesn't make sense. And, it could cost these children their lives for not calling the police when they should have called.
To Mark Class, founder of Class Kids Foundation, your expertise is looking for lost children. What should be done and what has gone wrong?
Well, certainly I think Mike just hit the nail on the head when he said the delay in contacting law enforcement may have been a critical mistake. But one of the things that they can do right now is they can ask all property managers, all real estate agents, farmers, ranchers, anybody that has access to unoccupied properties or outbuildings to please go and check those properties to see if the kids might be there. Although they do not have, although their mental capacity is challenged, they certainly understand the need to get shelter, I'm sure. So I think that would be one place to start, and that might end up solving the case.
Back to Bob Matthews, WPVO. Bob, I had heard a report, but I want to confirm this with you. There are a lot of vacation homes in that area. There's about 3,000 homes is my understanding. Is it true that one of the homes appears to have been used by the two teens? They've been in there?
Yeah, Nancy, the latest information we had from state police, there are a lot of homes in that area that unfortunately have been foreclosed upon, so there are vacant homes in that development, the Indian Mountain Lakes development, and state police say, based on some eyewitness accounts and people who reportedly saw these two youngsters, that they had stayed in one of the homes Saturday, and when they went to investigate, the youngsters were already gone. The teens had already left the home. So police are saying right now they think they are still somewhere within the development, but that's why, you know, with a program like yours and others are still trying to get the word out in case, you know, they manage to slip their way out of Indian Mountain Lakes and are out and about somewhere. And as you mentioned just a short time ago, the elements up there, the temps are supposed to drop into the low, down around freezing, maybe even into the low 30s, upper 20s by the weekend. So it's imperative they find the youngsters quickly, even if they're in a home. This home, you know, these homes probably don't have the heat turned on, and some probably don't have the electricity turned on, so that could pose a further danger.
Everyone, we are talking about two teens with the mental capacity of a third grader and a sixth grader. If they don't find shelter, they are in the elements. They are completely helpless and missing now for several days. Tip line 570-646-2271. Karen Stark, how do people like this make their way in society? There's a third grade mentality and a sixth grade mentality.
Well, what happens is they get a lot of support, Nancy, and they need to have people around them all the time who are helping them. And a nice thing is that they found each other, so they could support each other. What concerns me is the fact that they were yelling out the dad, and then they got cut off.
Prey to a predator, their moral support to each other is not going to account for very much. To Renee Rockwell, can the family be held responsible for not reporting them missing for so long?
I would think so, Nancy. This would be tantamount to not reporting a third grader and a sixth grader missing.
Everybody, as we go to break, we are taking your calls, and I want to wish a very happy birthday to Texas friend Sue. She never misses a show. Sue, happy birthday.
I lived in the Pocono area for 18 years and not too far from Indian Mountain Lakes. At this time of the year at night, like they're stating, it does get very cold. And also there is wildlife in the area. They're in a wooded area surrounded by homes. There's a lot of things that are going on there. I do hope that these young adults are okay. I really do. And I hope that they're found safe.